to my dice. Yes. I don't have the tripod. It's the top of it just like snapped off. Alright, here we'll just go. Orientation is locked. Got it. Okay, perfect. Down here maybe? Let's stay upright. As good as it's gonna get, I think. 280 my burrito. Yeah, this thing's broken now. I suppose I could just like super glue this like right here. Wouldn't be able to rotate anymore, but something. That's a little unfortunate. But have you all been? Sorry for my hand just being like right in your way. The only way I can see what the chat is. Don't fall down, please. But yeah, I figure we can just kind of chit-chat and chill for, I don't know, another half hour or something. Hey Jake, what's up? Hey Joseph. We have the same LGBT flag in the bag. Yes, it is a flag. I got it at my first Pride parade that I ever went to. I have my bow and my quiver of arrows hanging up here as well, just because I want people to know that I'm an archer. What have y'all been up to? How's the day going? We already discussed, for the most part, stuff for Interview with the Vampire, but I'm sure there's still more to talk about. We didn't talk too much about it. I mean, coming up, we talked about it earlier on the stream. I'm going to be replacing Interview with the Vampire with The Leftovers as a show to watch for myself on the channel. And what else? After The Last of Us, I'm replacing that with the newest season of The Mandalorian. And then after that one season of The Leftovers, I'll be doing the new season of Shadow and Bone. Beyond that, I'm not positive just yet. Plans always seem to change up because new shows come out and I'm like, oh shit. I didn't realize that was coming out right now. You should consider watching Swarm, the new Amazon Prime show. What's the selling point for Swarm? There's so much TV I'm watching right now. Because again, I kind of want to do reactions and reviews for one of the new Star Trek shows. Either maybe like the last couple episodes of Picard or like the next season of Discovery when it comes out. Just because I have now become an official Star Trek fanboy and I fucking love that universe and those characters and everything. Hey, Natural. There must be like some sort of pseudo... Oh wait, could I do this? That's precarious. But it sort of works. Maybe I need to stand for this, actually. Oh, this is such a difficult stream. Satire about psychotic stan of Beyonce style. This is gonna fall over the second I try to touch it. I'm taking you all with me. I'm going to try and lay down and relax. And my bed is covered in stuff right now because I was planning on doing a normal stream. There, now I'm not all foggy as well. Okay, let's just close in random things on me bed. A horror comedy. I mean, I do love me a good horror comedy. Billie Eilish is in it. What the hell? Every now and again, I think about watching Star Trek Next Gen and Deep Space Nine again as an adult. I mean, I'm still in the process of finishing Deep Space Nine, and I absolutely love it. And Next Gen I thought was quite good. I recommend the new season of Picard. It's finally the actual like continuation of both Deep Space Nine and Next Gen, so I recommend it if you haven't started it, or if you just hate it because seasons 1 and 2, which is fair. It's basically about how stan culture makes people psychotic. Think of Nikki fans, the Barbs, if they actually murdered people for Nikki. There probably has been at least a couple people who have actually murdered for Nikki. But interesting. I might hate that just because stan culture in general already fucking irritates me. And I mean, if it's just a whole show making fun of that, again, I'll agree. Like, yeah, this is all insane, but I don't know, I feel like I'll just be annoyed as I watch it. I'm not sure. I might give it a shot. And you just hate Star Trek. Have you ever actually watched it? Or okay, no, wait. I take that back. I'm sure plenty of people have actually watched it and been like, I don't like this. And I normally don't think there should be any like strings attached as to how you're supposed to enjoy something. But Star Trek, I think, needs to be watched at least for a little while with someone who knows about Star Trek. Someone who can tell you, like, this is what this line is in reference to. This is why this character is important. Because, like Marvel, it's just this one giant extended universe. And they don't always tell you what's what. There's a lot of times they'll just expect you to know and go with it. And you've seen it. Okay, well, when you say you've seen it, I'm like, what have you seen? There are 7 shows with Star Trek. Three, 4 of those shows are 7 seasons long, and the other ones are at least like 4 or 5 seasons. So I'm like, I guarantee you haven't seen all of it. And there are, they're all different from each other. If you don't like one, there's a good chance you'll like another. I do get what you mean though. Like, yeah, Star Trek for many people just it isn't your jam, and I get that. Maybe the trailer will guide you better on if you'll be interested. It doesn't annoyingly linger on the stand topic, in my opinion. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna give it a look regardless to see, what's what. Just found out there is a 4th season of True Detective in development. For real? I thought they like, for real, canceled that show. I didn't really like the second or third season nearly as much as the first either, so I'm not like jazzed at the potential of a season 4, but maybe it'll be good. Like my mom always trying to question me about what I like. I'm just saying, a lot of people make their opinions on anything, not just movies and shows, without getting the full picture, and I don't think that's necessarily fair. It's like I can't say I hate a show until I've seen it, or a movie, or a character in something, etc., etc. The good thing about Star Trek is most of them make you think and it's episodic, so you don't have to watch them all in order if you don't want to. I mean, I sometimes dislike the episodic aspect of the show. It's one of the things about the modern Trek shows that I've kind of enjoyed is that there's a continuous, ongoing main storyline throughout it. I just think the continuous, ongoing main storylines that they've come up with have been kind of crap. So if they came up with a good one, like they're doing in Picard right now, that's a good formula right there, if you ask me. But Strange New Worlds was really episodic, and I like that a lot. The fourth is with Jodie Foster. I do love Jodie Foster. I'm currently reading a book my coworker recommended me, Local Woman Missing. I think it's really good so far. It's a dark, kind of twisted story about what you might imagine. So far, I've already hit one twist in the book, and I'm only like 50, 60 pages in. It's like me not playing sports. I know I don't like sports. I'm an artistic gay boy. It's clear why I don't like sports. I mean, in my opinion, that is different. Because, again, it's like, I know you don't like playing sports. So do I. But that's because doing physical activity for the sake of it isn't fun to me. But watching a show or a movie, you can't know what is or isn't fun for you until you're seeing it and either not having fun or having fun. With a sport, again, you know what it feels like to be tired, and you know you're going to be tired and winded going to do it. So I think, in my opinion, that's different. In my opinion. Val does, and so do I. I was looking into reading that. Good to know it's good. I mean, I can't say if it's good for sure. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm enjoying it. There is the sixth season of Black Mirror in the works. Fuck yeah. I love Black Mirror. I think that's a great show. How about The Pacific? I have not seen that, no. I just read the infamous Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. Oh, Jesus. No. I don't think I've even gotten to that part, Joseph. If you're looking for interesting magic series of books, The Locked Tomb. Interesting. Did I? Played rugby when I was in law school and have a bad back since then. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, sports in general. There, there's that Amy Schumer clip that's been floating around TikTok here recently, where I completely agree with her. Where she's like, I think that sports, or I think sports are dumb, and people who like them are lesser people and have a small intellect. I don't genuinely believe that. It's just sports don't make no fucking sense to me. The the Pacific, also from HBO, great show, but it's kind of heavy. I mean, that's what I like. You all know that I like my heavy stuff. See what you mean, though. But, like, for example, no matter how good Star Wars may be, I'll always choose Pitch Perfect or High School Musical. Just a minute. Well, yeah, definitely. I definitely hear what you're saying there. And I'm not saying, force yourself to watch genres and things that you don't like. But on the other hand, I sort of am. Again, not completely. I don't want people to be miserable watching stuff that is just not their cup of tea. But I do think a lot of people close themselves off too much, where they're like, oh, I just don't like this whole genre. And I'm like, but there's probably something in there that you like. You gotta watch it to find out. But again, I hear you. I don't. I don't want you or other people just forcing themselves to watch stuff that is a chore, because that's never fun. Why do that? I'm the Pacific is. Why did I read it like that? set during World War II. It's like Band of Brothers, made by the same producers. I didn't really like Band of Brothers, to be all that. To be frank, I did not really like Band of Brothers all that much. I thought that it was well made and well acted, but I thought the point of it I thought was too simple for a whole 6 episodes. I'm like, this could have been one episode, man. We could have just done this all in one episode, if you ask me. But that's just my personal opinion. Well, I like the genre. I just don't like Star Trek Battlestar Galactica would have been up my alley more. You see, I was watching Battlestar Galactica now as well. Again, I have a friend who's trying to get me into like more things that I haven't watched in terms of like sci-fi, and that's how I've now watched almost all of Star Trek, and am getting on a little bit with Battlestar Galactica and Atlantis. Although I personally can't really handle Battlestar more than Star Trek because the body horror in Battlestar is fucked up, dude. The same with Stargate, actually. Stargate Atlantis, any of the Battlestar ones, the body horror that they'll fucking pull out of their ass is just too much for me sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck? To be fair, Star Trek has its moments where it will do that as well. I just think a lot less frequently. This could have been a short film. I mean, that's kind of how I felt about it, yeah. Another book series you might like is Malazan. Malazan? What is that about? Yeah, well, I don't. Body horror truly makes me physically ill. You all found that out real fucking quick when I could no longer continue the Raised by Wolves series. I said, I can't do it. I physically can't edit this scene. I can't do it. So, yeah, body horror's sometimes just a hard stop for me, and for that reason, Battlestar and Stargate are a harder sell for me to get into than Star Trek or Star Wars. Star Wars has like no body horror. The closest I think they get is maybe some of like the cyborg characters like Grievous or Anakin, but even then it's a lot more implied stuff. You don't really get up in there and see what happened with all that. I mean, it depends on the body horror that you're talking about, Val. Whatever the body horror is, I feel it. Like 100% feel it. If the character's arms are getting twisted out of their sockets and turned into weird fucking tentacle things, I feel that. Like, my mind gets as absolutely close to what that might feel like and makes me feel it. So I can't do body horror. Like, I cannot do it. I have literally in the middle, the latest, or not the latest season, but the second season of Discovery on Star Trek had one of the most horrific body horror moments I have ever seen in my life, where a human being is assimilated by nanomachines, and I could not. I literally left the room, threw up, came back, felt sick for the whole remainder of the episode, and then threw up again once it was over because I couldn't stop thinking about it. I can't do that stuff. Well, I would die to see you watch Terrifier 1 and 2. If it's body horror, I'm not doing it. I just straight up won't do it. I mean, clowns don't really scare me that much, but again, if it's body horror, I will not do it. Hold on, putting you all down for just a brief moment. It's pure trash horror. Well, sometimes those are fun to watch, just to see how bad it is. The Eldritch style horror movie on Netflix that I got a real kick out of. Just it's so fucking stupid. look at a picture of him up. Okay, fine. Let me look it up. Terrifier? How do you even spell that? Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of this clown dude. Like, he's freaky, for sure. I don't know what his whole deal is, but... I don't know. Again, if I saw this dude coming up at me in person, would I freak out? Yes, obviously. Obviously, I would freak the fuck out. But, I don't know, for a movie, it's just this creepy clown dude. I'm like, whatever. That's not very scary to me. Hey, Savage, it has been a while. Malazan Book of the Fallen is like... It's like books. It's a grim, dark military series about an expanding empire. The magic is kind of crazy as magic comes from pocket universes and gods. Interesting. It's really, really gory. Well, gory to me is different than body horror. I would like to make that clear. Body horror and gore, two separate things. They are not the same. Gore can still make me sick and freak me out. Because again, it's real. It's, or you know, real-ish in sometimes. But body horror to me is when it is something that is, you know, beyond simply physically painful. It is now something entirely different, usually outside the realm of possibility. That is when I really, really cannot deal with it. Sue getting turned into a fucking meat tree in Raised by Wolves. Ooh, that actually just made me sick thinking about it. Like, I can't do that shit, man. But seeing someone get their head, like, slowly ripped off, I'll still freak out and be like, oh my god, that's so horrible. But it will not make me as physically anxious and ill as body horror does. Malazan is like Game of Thrones, Black Company with a bit of Sandman. I still haven't watched Sandman. He's like a magical clown, or well, I've seen a little bit of Sandman, but not all of it. He's like a magical clown, kind of like Freddy Krueger. He has a super speed and everything. He can manipulate cartoons. So basically, if he's after you, you're dead. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Again, that makes it decidedly unscary for me, because I'm like, well, might as well just sit down and die then, because there's nothing I can do. Basically, Wanda if she was a killer clown. Well, I would rather just watch Wanda. There's a new Children of the Corn movie. Interesting. I suppose it's about time for a remake on that one. It's been a good long while. Body horror can be gory, and gore can have body horror. They're not separate. I agree that body horror can be gory, and gore can have body horror, but they are separate. There is overlap, but they're two different things. I meant to say there are 10 books in... Oh, okay. The Fallen series is done with. There are, like, extra novels set in between. Oh, so it's kind of like Dune, then. I couldn't do the tree, dude. The tree thing, truly... that is so fucked up. I don't know how other people weren't as fucked up by that. It, like, makes me upset that everyone else is like, yeah, it's screwed up, but it's not that bad. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is horrible. That is horrible. Hold on. I'm literally sitting down right now. Crisscross applesauce. Westworld, I'll watch it one day. One day. I heard you're in it, Jesse. I know you played Detroit Become Human, so it might be cool. That is where most people were like, go to watch Westworld, and I'm like, I know. Sandman is pretty good. If you like the first part, you will like the rest. Okay. Which would you consider Lovecraft Country? It has a mixture of both. Like the moments. Okay, perfect example in the first episode when the creatures who are afraid of light, I forget what they're called now. When they jump out and they like rip one of the police officers in half, that is gore. That's not body horror. That is, oh, that's really fucked up and horrible. He just got ripped in half and it's bloody and scary and shit. Not body horror. But the moment 10 minutes later when the police officer slowly and painfully morphs into one of them as his like hair falls out and all that, that is body horror, and that was hard for me to stomach, including all the transformations that what was her name? Ruby? But like all the transformation scenes where people would turn into each other and like their skin would slough off in a really painful, horrible way. That is body horror, and that was hard for me. But again, turning into a tree that you're immobile for the rest of your life. You're stuck as this fucking twisted, horrible thing that's sprouting fruit that other people are eating off of you. That is just too much. It's just too much. Fletcher and Dane. Oh, am I into what? Oh, are you into Dune? Yes. I think Dune is one of the best sci-fi series of all time, and I think if Dune did not exist, neither would Star Wars, neither would Star Trek, neither would Battlestar, neither would Stargate. None of current sci-fi would exist if it was not for the Dune series coming out, and I firmly, firmly believe that. Okay, I thought that Aaron Paul was on that show. I wasn't sure. Val, I'm almost 30. I don't know what clocked your tea means. I'm an old man. I don't know these young people things. I'm still here. I will return shortly. Again, I have to do something that will demonetize me if I show it, so I'm not going to show anything. I've learned the lesson. Best one of season one. That seems to be what everyone says. And they're like, yeah, Westworld's pretty good, but it's really only season one that's like must-watch TV. I'm sorry for the your tea means like for example, if I'm messing with a boy and you call it out despite me acting like I don't know what you mean, that's clocking your tea. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, I get you. I get you. And yes, you did kind of clock my tea right there. But again, private things are private. I'm not going to discuss. Anthony Hopkins is on it also. Oh, nice. But the other seasons are really bad. Are they bad or are they just a lot less good than the really good season one? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of another show like that. Maybe like Euphoria. where season one was incredible, and then season two, a lot of people can agree, like it was still good, but it's a lot less good than the first season. So it's still worth watching, but it's definitely not as good. You know what I mean? Have you watched Peripheral? No, but that's probably because I hate having to say that word. I always say it wrong. Girl, I done been out with friends and I'm texting the boy that then clocked me too, and now I'm embarrassed. Aw. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do to friends, though, right? Embarrass them a little. It went really bad, man. They lost the plot. Oh, that's too bad. That sounds like Raised by Wolves then, because season one, well, I feel like season one they also lost the plot, but I thought they could get it back, and they never did. Let me give you all the 2023 lingo pack for your gay update. Thank you. I'm too old to know these things by myself. Way worse than Euphoria season 2. Okay. Alright, well, I'll still have to give it a watch and see how bad exactly, but I'm curious. I mean, I didn't believe people when they said Star Trek Discovery was a bad Star Trek show. I'm like, I think Sonequa Martin Green is fucking awesome, and chances are people are just being hard on it because they don't like that there's a black female captain. And then I watched the show and found out that she's not the captain for a long time, and it's just poor writing in general that makes the show suffer, and it doesn't feel like Star Trek. But I have a fellow Brazilian actor though. Nice. Rodrigo Santoro. Have I seen him in anything that you can think of? Maybe embarrassing the friends. Hell yes. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to embarrass your friends. Have you heard of The Mess That's the Idol? No. Is this a reality show or is this like a scripted one? Sonequa was from The Walking Dead, right? Yes, she was. And she was great as Sasha. And I think she's great as Michael Burnham as well. It's just, in general, that show has problems. The Idol was supposed to be this new Euphoria-like show with Lily Depp and The Weeknd about a girl who's dealing with the messed up music industry. Curious. Westworld gets worse as it goes along. I think the showrunners were trying too hard to have oh shit moments rather than a coherent story. That seems to be a problem with a lot of modern storytelling. They're like, oh, we need to have, that the twist, that crazy, oh my fucking god kind of moment in every episode, rather than just tell a good story and potentially have some episodes there in the middle that don't have oh shit moments. They're just progressing your story. And I agree it's a problem. They're running into that problem more and more and more and more. Sam Levinson came in, rewrote it, and made it a mess. He puts a bunch of violent R word scenes. Wait, Sam Levinson, the one from Euphoria? And yes, thank you for not making me say the R word out loud, which will also get me demonetized. Which I think is crazy. I think you should be able to talk about these kinds of things without having your fucking income taken from you. But again, I know the rules. That movie from Christmas that everyone watched. What movie? It's really gross if you saw what's supposed to be included. Sam Levinson must be canceled. I mean, season 3 of Euphoria is still going through. We'll see what happens. It's been a boo. Yeah, he weird. Oh, Love Actually with Andrew Lincoln. The showrunners of Westworld are the same showrunners from Peripheral. Peripheral is pretty solid because it's based on a book. That seems to be the consensus with anime who don't have was based on a book of some sort, or a game, with Last of Us, then it's gonna be shit. It kind of seems like that's how things are going nowadays, and it's frustrating that the good writing has to be done by other people, not in Hollywood. From 2003. Yeah. Sonequa Martin Green, though, is only on The Walking Dead with Andrew Lincoln. She is unrelated to the Love Actually movie. And she does a great job on Star Trek Discovery. Again, just the writing of that show is all over the place. I need to write a book about a girl named Val who gets railed every day. Call it Val and BBC. I mean, I'm pretty sure that book's already been written many times. She'll have to come up with a new spin. Maybe one day you can give a go. Season 1's good. Alright. I mean, I will have to watch the show eventually. Again, I told my whole family that I've already seen it, and I never have, so I need to watch it before one of them finally questions me on something, and I'm like, sure, I don't know. If you nasty. Yeah, I mean, Sonequa Martin Green is a very good actor. It made me mad because a friend of mine hated Sonequa Martin Green, not like personally, but just any role she would play because of Star Trek Discovery, and was just like, I fucking hate her. I'm like, dude, she is awesome. Like, separate her from that one character you don't fucking like, god damn it. And eventually they did, so it's all good. It always made me so mad. Google her real quick, Val. Sonequa Martin Green. She's an actor. She played Sasha on The Walking Dead and is now the lead character on Star Trek Discovery. I'm sure she's done other things too, but those are the two main roles that she's known for, that I know her for. And she's awesome. Very pretty, good actor. I hope she continues to get a lot of good work. Similar to, like, Denai Gurira, also came from The Walking Dead. Oh yeah, Lucy Liu is on the show, and I don't want to spoil anything in case you watch it, but there's a moment where you think, oh, she's not on the show. She is. Just keep going. I also love Lucy Liu. She's fucking awesome. And on Discovery, she is one of the fan favorites because she's, again, I can't spoil too much. There's a change that happens, and after that change, she's just like one of the best fucking characters ever created for television, if you ask me. Did you watch The Expanse? Not yet. I'm still planning on doing that for the channel. I would like to, you know. I promised I would. I got to try and keep these promises. Just love genuine actresses with a real vibe like Jenna Ortega, Lucy Liu, Elizabeth Olsen, the actress for sure. Letitia Wright is her name. But yeah, I agree. And I think all four of the people you just spoke of, as you said, have a real vibe to them, like both on camera and off camera. Letitia Wright still kind of bugs me with her anti-vax stuff. I mean, she doesn't like talk about it every fucking day or anything, but that whole issue did annoy me. But again, I'm like, it's not quite cancel culture worthy just yet, I would say. And she's a fantastic actress. Are you excited for any upcoming movies? What's that new Adam Driver movie called again? 60 something? I swear to God, if someone says 69, I'm gonna punch you. Jack Champion is one too. He's a new actor. I think he has a real genuine vibe. I don't remember who Jack Champion is, but I have definitely seen the name and the actor do something. I just can't think of what it is. 65 million years ago, something like that. Yeah, I think that is. I'm not excited for that movie per se, just because
I feel like it's going to continue the trope of like all animals in any movie are monsters and just want to kill and hunt humans nonstop, which is annoying. I'm kind of tired of that trope because it's just decidedly untrue. And even if it's dinosaurs, I'm like, even dinosaurs don't do that, dude. Or from what we know of dinosaurs, that's not what they did. So I'm hoping that's not the kind of movie it is. But from the trailer, it looks like he's going to be acting his ass off and it's a survival type scenario. So I'm like, I want to see it. I'm curious. I hope it's good. Other movies I'm excited for, though, I can't really think of anything that I'm really excited for. I don't really know what is coming out, to be honest. The anti-vax stuff is messed up. I agree. But spouting some stupid bullshit on Twitter, again, I don't think is completely worthy of cancel culture if it's not an everyday constant thing. J.K. Rowling has made it so constant. I'm like, you deserve 100% to be canceled for the dumb shit you say and for the hateful, transphobic shit you say. Letitia Wright, though, I'm like, again, she doesn't go on Twitter constantly talking about the anti vax thing. It was a few incidents and seems to be done. They don't play the show on any streaming services we have in Slovakia, so I didn't see Interview with the Vampire yet, but the movie is probably the best vampire movie, so I have high hopes for the show. When you do watch it, I think you will very much enjoy it. I thought it was very good. Did not disappoint me in the slightest. Sorry, I'm thirsty and I'm looking for my big ass bottle of Diet Pepsi. You don't understand. When I have to use my phone for these streams, this is so complicated and difficult. Really, right now, I have to keep this thing charging, and it feels like it's about to melt. I was watching press for Avatar: Way of the Water, and I was like, oh, not caught it yet, but it's really. I still refuse to fucking watch the new Avatar movie. I hate James Cameron. I will not support his work. I think he's a pretentious little fucking shit. And am I being petty? And do I have a good enough reason to not watch what could be a good movie? No, I'm definitely the one in the wrong here. I don't give a fuck. I don't like James Cameron. I won't give him a dime of my money. I won't do it. I will torrent the movie when it comes out or some shit. I'll wait for a friend to buy it on DVD and watch it then. I I don't care. I also didn't like the original Avatar all that much, so I don't have any real interest to watch the new one. J.K. Rowling is real, absolutely horrifically transphobic. 100%. Only person that's allowed to be transphobic is Azalea Banks. No one's allowed to be transphobic, Val. The power of not talking saves Letitia. More celebrities should practice shutting up for a bit. Like, I do agree. Sometimes when you run your mouth and you say some dumb shit, which we all do, that's something I think some people forget, including for celebrities. Like, we're all people, we all make mistakes, and we all say dumb shit. But once you say dumb shit and people call you out for it, don't continue to say dumb shit and double down on it. Go look inward. Go, hmm, maybe I should rethink my stance on this. And if you still feel the same way and everyone still hates you for it, then maybe just shut the fuck up about it. Maybe just keep those opinions to yourself. That's all I'm saying. And yes, it seems Letitia Wright figured that out and has avoided a majority of what could have been really, really bad for her. Also, no matter how canceled J.K. Rowling is, she'll never be hurt by any such thing, kind of makes the cancellation pointless. I do agree with that as well. Like, I don't like giving her money. It did make me hurt my soul just a little bit with the whole Hogwarts Legacy thing. I got it because I'm such a huge fan of the game and have such a like a firm bond with it just because of everything that happened with me and my mom when I was a kid. But it still hurts me that she's going to get any money for this fucking game that she really had no part of. But any type of cancellation on J.K. Rowling, I'm like, again, she's a billionaire and she always will be because of the books and the movies that she was a part of. There's nothing any of us can do about that. So, again, I understand people not wanting to support her further because I don't want to give my money to her either. But she's going to be a billionaire regardless and she'll be fine. So, I don't know. If it ain't the pot calling the kettle black, yeah, maybe so. JK has her money, and every day new toys are coming out, so JK is getting tons of money no matter what. Yeah. Popular opinion, but when it comes to script, to me first, Avatar is as bad as Twilight. I agree. I 100% agree. The script for the original movie, while not being horrifically bad, is not good and is not original in any way, shape, or form. So, I don't know. I have no interest in fucking James Cameron's bullshit. I don't even really like Titanic, which would hurt one of my friend's feelings really bad, but I just think it's a boring ass movie the way he made it. It is unnecessarily long. The focus on the romance is too over the top for me. I just don't like James Cameron, man. Azalea makes music for the trans girlies to live their lifestyle. Well, then she's not anti-trans. Just listen to Luxury or Anna Wintour and you'll understand why she's allowed to be transphobic. Okay. I was looking at J.K. Funny after she defended having Johnny Depp in Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, there were hints leading up to it for sure, where you're like, maybe you're kind of a fucked up person, actually. Turns out it was unfortunately true. Yes, I am going to be watching Shadow and Bone Season 2. Not on stream, but I am going to do it like for videos, like full reaction reviews for the channel. So don't you worry. I'll be late on it. I'll be very late on it probably, but I will be covering it. I remember when Avatar was being canceled for being a white savior film and now people like it again. Exactly. Did people forget that? Did people forget all of a sudden that movie is a complete white savior film once again? All of a sudden now it's great. And I agree, Natural. Like, the one good thing that movie had going for it was, technical-wise, it was ahead of its time. It led us into the new age of digital effects and everything. That's the only good thing it had going for it. I didn't even think the acting was good, from Zoe Saldana or Sigourney Weaver, which is wild. Unfortunately, my country is completely transphobic and homophobic and racist. Well, that is unfortunate. Can't wait about Shadow and Bones. I just have one more episode. Don't spoil nothing for me. But yeah, I'm excited for it too. I like the first season. It doesn't help the Na'vi are based off African people. It definitely doesn't. Well, it's a mixture of both African and Native American people. They kind of blend the two together to be like, look, it's not Native Americans and it's not African people. It's the Na'vi. I'm like, no, it's not. You just took two what you consider indigenous peoples and like blended them together and turned them blue and then put the script of Pocahontas on it. Or not Raised by Wolves, Dances with Wolves. I'm like, it's so bad. It's so bad, and I don't know why people excuse it. My biggest gripe with is how they made the Na'vi basically tall humans with tails and big eyes. I mean, I don't mind that as much. Whenever you have your humanoid alien, you want them to look fairly human, just so you can have the sympathy angle for a majority of audiences. I have the big issue with the, they're like an amalgamation of indigenous peoples of Earth. I'm like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I watched all of Shadow and Bone, and I can say I loved it. That's it. Okay. I'm excited. In Slovakia, they posted an article about Hunter Schafer wearing a feather at the Oscars, and they mentioned she's trans, and she, in the comments, were just, oh, that's really fucked up. I love Hunter Schafer. She's fucking awesome. Like, I don't understand hatred that exists for the reason of you're different, I don't fucking like you. Like, that's just, I don't know, it's so fucking weird to me. And he said, like, a romance had to be believable, but I made them alien, though, enough. The design is ass. Also, the LOC is real creative. Yeah. Oh, the locks, yeah. Again, it's their amalgamation of indigenous peoples. I don't get how people defend it. Blending two of the most marginalized communities and having a white man basically save them. Exactly. Exactly. And the second one is about Pacific Islanders. Oh, great. Let's do the next one. Let's add the next indigenous tribe of people. All these brown people. We need to make sure that they're all blended up into our aliens. Like, what in the fuck, man? Avatar was basically Fern Gully with blue people. Yeah, I mean, Fern Gully, Dances with Wolves, and Pocahontas are basically all the same movie. And now Avatar can be added to the collective. I only give spoilers if someone asks for them, and even then I ask at least 3 more times to be sure. Good. It's a good way to do it. I watch Bachelor franchise, and I always check the spoilers. I was going to say, I'll defend Hunter Schafer all day. What's your most favorite movie and TV show of 2022? Favorite shows? Probably Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I think that was the one I genuinely enjoyed the most out of anything I watched of last year. Unless there's something I'm forgetting. If you guys want to be like, what about this? Don't you remember this? Movie... I feel like it was a shit year for movies, if I recall. I don't remember seeing anything that I thought was really good. Stop being mean to Jules. Stop. Jules is fine. Would you help an alien culture if they weren't fuckable? Well, yeah. Again, if they're fuckable, that's nice. And I will fuck them, or let them fuck me, to be precise. But if they're not fuckable, I'll still help them out. Like, just because they don't have a normal human face or, like, walk on 2 legs does not mean they're unworthy or of, like, help or sympathy. I think that's something that sci-fi should try and get away from. Like, try and push audiences to sympathize for characters that don't look human in any way, shape, or form. It's happened before, and people have fallen in love with characters like that. So, continue. Like, get the majority of audiences ready for it. Aliens are coming, people. One day we're gonna find them, and the chances of them being humanoid are kind of slim, actually. So we better hope we're ready for it. I'm mad at myself for actually liking Pocahontas, even though I'm half native. I mean, Pocahontas, I think, is a somewhat enjoyable movie just for the fact that it's, you know, it's a rose-colored, kind of fun version of those really grim, dark events, which in some regards is problematic and fucked up, but in others, like, it does make the actual movie an enjoyable experience, so I think it's understandable for people to like or enjoy that movie. Valerie, I went hard for Hunter, I can promise that. With many people who are part of the community are afraid to speak up. I'm gonna summon tentacles from my back and show them up. I'm fine with that. Again, you all think I'm not a freak? I am. No shame. Did you watch Andor? I did. I covered the, like, episodes 3 through 8 on my channel, but I kind of lost interest, and I just watched the rest of it on my own. Or, well, not all the rest of it on my own. I'm still on, like, episode 10 of 12. And I will finish it, but I don't see why people love it so much. I think it's good, but it's kind of boring in my opinion. I'm waiting for it to get more interesting. I mean, isn't most people a bit of furry just because most people like Beauty and the Beast? I think a lot of people, I think a lot more people are at least into furry things. They're just unwilling to admit it because socially it's very stigmatizing and people are like, ew, you're weird. And it's like, the aliens are coming, people. The aliens are coming and I am ready for it. And all of you are not. Disney movies are like crack. You can't help but like them even if you really don't want to. In some cases, Disney movies just fucking suck, but I do agree for the most part. I'll fuck on Beast. I will too. I loved Andor. I think there's only going to be one more season. Probably. Probably. Love Mandalorian, and then we watched Boba Fett, and I was shocked. I like Boba Fett more than Mandalorian. Really? I could not stand Boba Fett, dude. I was unbearably bored during that show. Like the first 4 episodes, I was quite literally falling asleep in my chair watching it, and that very rarely happens to me. I could not get through that show. I did get through it, but it was a real chore. I only enjoyed the episodes where the Mandalorian came back. I was like, nice. I got my Mando again. Very nice. And Baby Yoda. Grogu, whatever. But yeah, I just did not like Boba Fett. I did not think it was a very good show. But that's just my opinion. There's a chance it'll get a season 2 and might impress me then. And if it doesn't, well, there's other people who did like it and they'll enjoy it, so sweet. Can't explain why I just did. Maybe it was because my boyfriend is a huge fan of his and some of his enthusiasm got into me. I mean, that could definitely be it. I didn't like it because I felt like they royally changed Boba Fett's character from the little bit we already knew of him, and I didn't like that. I was like, oh, he's not as anti-hero as I want him to be. He's very much just a hero. It wasn't really what I wanted. The OnlyFans is never gonna happen, okay? I have something even better. Has anyone suggested you watch Barry? No one has suggested I watch it, but I have seen it and I loved it. Probably the best role I've seen Bill Hader in, actually. I would like to clarify I've only seen season 1 though, so no spoilers. When do you come? What's your username on there, Val? Give me a hint at least, if you don't want to say it, because now I want to know which one of you that I'm talking to. I just now started binging his Dark Materials, and that show is going downhill with each season. That's what I've heard. The third one is so boring. I got fired in December and started a new show in April. Wait, you got fired? I'm sorry. I hope you get a new job. Something that you like and makes you feel very, valued. Heard that Bill Hader has a big... I don't know. Let's let your name on here. I don't think I've seen any comments from you on there. I don't see anything. Have you seen a show called Happy? It's funny, weird, and endearing. No, I have not seen that one. And you should keep watching it. Only gets better. I want to see Bill direct and act in more stuff. I would as well. I paid for though. A lot of I understand. you do realize that means I can't see your comments at all. Have seen these invisible comments that appear, but I and no one else can see those. Just so you aware, just so you're aware. If your account is that private, I can't even see what the comment is. Just so you know. Starting a new job now. Oh, okay. I'm very glad you're getting the new job then. I'm basically going to do the same job for a bit more money through an agency. Okay. Well, I'm glad that worked out then. If you message me on Twitter, would it pop up? Maybe. Try sending me the message and I'll see. Happy is about a cop who is looking for a little girl with a friend of an imaginary friend who is a little blue unicorn. There is one point when the unicorn does croak. It sounds like a trip. That sounds fun. No, I don't have an OnlyFans. God damn it. I have a Twitter account that has, again, I can't say what it has on it because then I get demonetized every time. I have a Twitter account that has things on it that are not of me, but things. That's literally all I can say, otherwise I'll get in trouble. So yeah, I'm gonna ask around what it's called, because it's not called Nerd Guy anything. Although the thing I'm working on here recently is it's approaching OnlyFans level. Again, I can't say what it is. And it's probably not what you're thinking, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Happy has guy that plays Detective Stabber from Law & Order and Patton Oswalt. Oh. Hopefully he's better on Happy now. Somebody tell me the Twitter name. Again, y'all gotta figure that out on your own. That's private messages amongst yourselves. Okay, I'll check my messages once the stream is over. I am gonna have to end the stream here in just a moment, by the way, everybody. Fan arty things? Sort of. You're on the right track-ish. Can you give us a secret Christic message? I told you, you have to figure it out on your own. There are people in this chat who know exactly what it is, so you all message amongst yourselves and you figure it out. I am not allowed to say anything or YouTube gets fucking real pissy and says, oh, we can't put ads on your video. You're a filthy little slut. And I'm like, sorry. Sorry. Say names of actors. Each first letter is the letter of your account. That's not fair. That's just me giving it to you. Thank you, that one guy. Also, someone messaged me. Again, it's niche stuff. It's not going to be for everybody. Don't go in there. Again, don't go in there expecting what you're probably expecting right now. You'll be surprised. But it does have to do with art. And if anyone wants to go over there and commission me right now, like, for fuck's sake, I need money. I will draw you whatever the fuck you want. Okay, well, if that's the case, then fine. I am not rich. Who the fuck keeps thinking I am rich? I am so broke. If it wasn't a security issue, I would show you my bank account right now, which has like $400 in it. So, I am not rich, I promise you. If anyone has more than $400, donate to me right fucking now. I'm just kidding. Not that I'm not rich, but I'm just kidding. You know, don't donate to me. No one is obligated to do shit. But yeah, if that is all how you feel, all right, I'm going to say the actors' names. First letter is the account. Maybe I won't give you the whole account. I'll give you part of it. Okay. It's the first letter of the first name, by the way. Ross Marquand, Orlando Bloom, I can't think of a name. Sally Field, there's no one with a name that starts with that. What the fuck? I'm sure there's an actor out there with the last name and a first name that starts with Yusuf. um, Cameron Diaz. This is actually kind of a hard game to play. What's another? Oh, I just gave it away. But like, what is it? Osh, gosh, bagosh. I don't know. I almost said Ozymandias. That's not a fucking actor. Ozzy Osbourne. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, another one of these. Y. I don't know. I don't know another fucking actor's name with another Y. Y is the next one. What the fuck? I have a lot of repeat letters in this, actually. Oh, I don't know another actor who has a name that starts with O. I don't. I'm sorry. O. Tim Allen. And what would that be? Edgar Wright. Boom. That's the whole account for you. Grinder was like, "Is someone horny?" Annika, Tanya, Mirage. I didn't know that was spelled with an O. That was with an A. That was actually much more challenging than I expected that to be. But I'll leave you all with that. Now, when you decipher the little fucking code, you can find the Twitter account. And again, it's niche. It's probably different than what you're expecting, but have at it if you enjoy it. Thank you all for joining me today. I am going to go and chill, hang out. You all have a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you're at. And I will see you all later. Oh, and that is about it.